What is happening, my good people? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Kyle, and today we are continuing Halo 2 Anniversary with mission number 5 or 7, however the fuck you want to call it, or whatever. This is the Oracle. We're continuing right where we left off with the Arbiter. We just entered this facility where the heretic leader has fled, and we have to basically kill the heretic leader. And we do have a little bit of a hard time with this level, only because the Flood are involved, and you know how that usually goes with Halo. The Flood is just always annoying, always really just fucking bullshit. So yeah, we got some good deaths in this video, so make sure to check out my death compilation, or as I like to call it, my extremely resilient compilation. But this is the actual playthrough with no deaths on the Oracle. So we're gonna get a cutscene here, and we'll play through the level.
What is it? That stench. I've smelled it before. Watch your fire.
All right. So we're just gonna hurt the commander for a second there. And then, yeah, as you can see, the Flood attacking the heretics, and damn, they did quick work. By the rings. So yeah, this part, I mean, this whole beginning isn't so bad, but getting on the little elevator, the second part of this mission, is just so tedious. But yeah, so basically the heretic leader, he's going to come in via hologram, and he's basically going to taunt us. I'm going to give my elites, I think at least one of them, yeah, both of them, Covenant Carbines, because they're going to need them against the Flood. And then you want to kill these Flood forms because the infection forms come up.
Hold your fire. Hold your fire.
God damn, the sword physics in this game.
Silence me. Arbiter. I'm flattered. He's using a hollow drill. He must be close. Come out so we may kill you.
Get it line. I love that line too. So many great, memorable lines from this campaign. But yeah, so like I was saying, infection forms come in, so it's important that you take out the Flood bodies, because they'll consume those and take them over and bring them back to life. So you don't want to do that. You just want to take out these little fuckers. And yeah, pretty much it for this first part. It's just the infection forms, kind of their way of introducing the Flood. But like I said, the second part is like it's so frustrating. It's just boring almost, you know? Like, you play through this campaign, and like when I get to this mission, I'm always just like, the Oracle, it's whatever. I mean, it's cool story-wise, but I don't really like this mission. I don't like playing it. It's just because of the Flood. I hate the Flood. And then this fucking commander doesn't come with me. I really hate the fact that he just... Every time you get him on your team, he always just stays put. He never follows you anywhere. It's really annoying. So yeah, there's just this elevator, and basically once you get on it, you're trapped for the next like 5-6 minutes or something like that. Yeah, and then make sure the sword's really important in this game. In this level, I mean, because they do quick work with the Flood. Something that was sorely missing in Halo 1 is the energy sword. I really wish you could have used it, but I'm so glad they added it in Halo 2. That was one of the best decisions they made. That, and of course, dual wielding, even though I don't really use it personally, just because But yeah, so this part, it's good to have either a carbine or the sentinel beam as I have right now. I think I might... No, I think I'm good with what I got for now. But I'm trying to see if I can get a Covenant carbine from one of these flood. And there we go, we got one. Because the carbine's really good in this game against the flood. I don't know why, but you can kill them pretty quickly. But yeah, I mean, it's basically this the entire time you're on this elevator. And we haven't even moved yet, I don't think. Oh no, we have a little bit. We've moved a little bit. But I don't know what kind of elevator this is. It goes down, stops for a little while, then rotates. I don't know what kind of elevator. I don't know who designed that, what they were thinking. But obviously it's a video game. It's for the sake of the level design, but it's just, it doesn't make sense as a practical thing. Yeah, this is it, basically. You just have to make sure that you're watching when the flood are coming in, because if too many of them spawn in and get on the elevator, you're going to be in trouble. But if you're able to take them out as they're jumping or before they even jump onto the elevator, that's ideal, because then you're not getting overwhelmed. And then I try to keep the ones with the carbines alive, only because I want their ammo, but the elites usually take them out before they can jump. Which, I mean, it's not the end of the world, it's just, as you can see, I have less than one clip left. And there we go, one jumped on right now, and there you go. Nice. And then, I do my best here to try and keep these elites alive, because it's not like I need them or like they come in handy for the next part, but they're a good distraction, and sometimes they survive and they can help out. I mean, I don't know, your allies are kind of unpredictable in Halo 2. Sometimes they're really useful, other times they kind of just die right away. But these elites, I mean, in general, they're pretty strong characters in Halo. Stronger than the Marines, I feel like. And there we go, we just got more ammo. But yeah, it's kind of crazy how quickly the carbine kills the flood in this game. It's kind of too quick if you ask me, but hey, I'll take it. Because I mean, you just technically a headshot, quote unquote, against the flood is like their little, I don't know what you call it, their little spot where like they got infected, where the infection form came in. That's where you have to kill them. It's not necessarily their head. It's like their chest almost. But yeah, it's just this over and over and over, and this is one of the flaws of Halo 2, unfortunately, is just this constant like waiting around defending your area for minutes upon minutes. And it's like, it's not a bad idea, it's just they do it a lot, and it's a little much. But we're almost at the bottom. Almost there. A couple more waves. Probably this might be the last one, actually. Need that ammo, but also don't want to die. Yeah, we got more ammo. We got some sentinels that came in. Not too bad to take out. Sometimes those flood, when that door opens, sometimes they sneak up on me. That time my elites were ready for them. So yeah, that was that. I mean, look, we're already at 8 minutes.
Running low, is it?
And then I think I was trying to find another carbine. But there is one that always sits down here at the end of the hallway. It just doesn't have that much ammo, but there's plenty of carbine ammo in this next part. Which is another part where I'm just kind of sitting, waiting, waves after waves of enemies. And it's just kind of annoying, because it's like, I don't know, it's just kind of the same thing over and over. But, I don't know, they kind of keep it interesting. The fact that it's so difficult, this game in general, kind of keeps it interesting, but there is flood that spawn right above us and break through those windows, typically. So that's another thing that's the reason why I'm just kind of hanging back, because I don't want to get flanked by the flood, because they'll usually kill me in one hit from behind. Whew, that was close. If you do that and your allies, the elites, melee you, they'll actually kill you in one hit. I've had that happen to me before, and it's not a good feeling. Yeah, there are some heretics down here as well, but it's mostly the flood. And then there's a bunch of infection forms that are kind of just hanging out around in the area too. So they're kind of annoying, because you kill one of the flood and then they'll just bring him back to life, and that's kind of annoying. So use an energy sword, and that'll destroy them all in one hit. So yeah, basically this part, it's a lot of waiting around, especially the way I play through it, because that door right there, that's where you want to go in, or that's like the next part of the mission. But after you get through, like, I think 3 or 4 waves of enemies, both heretics and flood, that's when that door opens, and then you can kind of just go in there and go on to the next part. But I was waiting for that heretic to jump down, but he's not jumping down, and I don't know why. Because I wanted to try and shoot him after, but there he goes. Now he jumps down. Because the heretics and the flood, they'll kind of take each other out, which is nice. I think in general they're a pretty good match for each other. Like, they're pretty good matchups. But I was getting tired of waiting for that guy to die, I guess. And then yeah, there's a shit ton of flood that just kind of flood into this area. Couple of elites, heretic elites, but most of them it's just flood. And then I just kind of stick to the shadows, take it slow, take out a few of them to use my invisibility. And that guy almost got me all the way from across the fucking room. And I think I had a hard time finding him for a second, if I remember correctly. Because after he shot me, he kind of disappeared, and I wasn't sure where he went. But, yeah. But there he is. I think he's in the middle right there. Yeah. And then the flood come in, so I kind of just let them take him out. And that's pretty much what happens. And then I think they saw me, so... But yeah, this part of the level, I mean, it's not hard, it's just, you gotta be careful. That's all there is to it. I feel like I say that a lot in this campaign, but that's true, you know, you gotta be careful, because you don't want to make a mistake, because if you do, you're dead, and that's one of the flaws of Halo 2. You can't make mistakes in this campaign. If you don't want to die. Anyway. And then I think the door is about to open now, maybe? I was expecting it, but then there was a bunch of other flood that came out. Luckily, like I mentioned before, the carbine is just Does wonders against the flood. I don't know why. Who'd have thought it? Who'd have thunk it? That was kind of risky. I almost died there. God damn! If he hit me, I would have died. No doubt. And then I was hoping the door would open here, but it didn't. Then I was like, all right, what the fuck? Who's not dead? Then I gotta go fucking find them. You know what I should have done? I should have just shot my gun. They probably would have came to me. But they're somewhere around here. Don't know where, but I'm gonna find them in a second. There they are. There he is. He's just hiding up there. Hanging out. Trying to get him to jump down, but I think I just kill him, yep. And then now I think the door is gonna trigger. Yep, there it goes. So basically, I let these guys come out. It's just a couple of grunts and the heretics. And then I sneak by them. And then I think in order to trigger the door to close and you to move on to the next part, you have to kill a certain amount of them. I don't know how exactly, how many. But basically, I just stay in this room. And then I just kind of take them out one at a time. And then eventually the door will close. But they almost got my shield down just through that little hole in the structure there. But now the flood's coming in, they're going to help me out a little bit. And then there goes the door. So now it's closed, and that'll just trigger that locking and moving on to the next part. So this is about the halfway point of the mission here.
Bring the phantoms close to the mine. We are not leaving until the leader of the
Yeah, so basically there's a storm about to hit and the heretic's still on the run, and the commander's like, yo, we're not leaving. Not until this fucking heretic bitch is dead. And then those flood infection forms just jumped off. I don't know what that was all about.
We don't have enough troops to manage such a large infestation. Find the leader of these heretics. Kill him now.
God damn. Fuck out of my way, dude. Yeah, and then I try to give this elite a carbine as well, but he didn't take it, and then I accidentally picked up the other one, so I was like, ah, fuck it. You don't get one. So yeah, I mean, up here, pretty simple. There's just a couple of waves of heretics that kind of just spawn as you go through this. I tried to stick the other one, but my grenade hit the other one's foot as he died. But it's all good, it all worked out. It would be my luck though. God, I would have been so pissed if the grunt behind me stuck me by accident. Yeah, that elite was kind of just destined to die there. I missed 3 times. Oh my god. By the rings! I thought I got him, but I didn't. Shit. There we go. And then I think all my allies died, so it's just me now. And then for whatever reason, this part, when you're in the anniversary graphics, the frame rate drops dramatically, and I don't know why. It's really weird, but I usually just switch to the classic graphics on this, just this small part. And then once you get over here, it should be okay. Sometimes the cutscene fucks up, but another crazy thing is I actually almost died right here because their affection flood just came out and almost snuck up on me there, and then it triggers the cutscene.
Me from the storm, but you will be consumed.
Aubrey,
yeah,
where is he?
Stinking floodbait boxed himself in tight.
We'll never break through this.
Then we shall force him out.
How?
The cable. I'm going to cut it.
hell yeah.
Get everyone back to the ships.
The commander's like, are you fucking serious, dude? But yeah, basically, you have to go up this elevator, and you cut the cables, and then the whole ship, or the whole station, whatever the hell this thing is, it just flies through the air, and all hell breaks loose, basically. Like, despite what I was saying about this level earlier, I really love the story behind this level, and like, I just think it's just the enemies, you know? I'm not a fan of fighting Sentinels in Flood. It's just not, they're just not my favorite enemy to fight. But I really enjoy the, just in general, like, what's going on in this level. The story behind it. And then, like, you know, exactly, you know, the mission itself, like what you're doing. I think it's a really good introduction to, you know, just the Arbiter as a character. So basically, 3 cables, you just have to cut them, navigate through all the Sentinels in the Flood. They typically distract each other and they just fight each other, and it's not a big deal, but just to be safe, I do it kind of cautiously. And then, yeah, they are coming at me right now. And once my invisibility comes back up, I just use it and keep going. One more.
One final cable, Arbiter.
Make sure there's no enemies. And then this part, you can actually die in a really shitty way if you were to jump, or just in general be in the air as this thing falls off the cable. Then you'll just fly into the sky and die. But so I just like to stay under that little roof right there just in case. But as you can see, there's some things flying up in the air. And then from here, this first part's kind of tricky because there's just a shit ton of enemies that come out from every angle, and I almost die right here. Oh my god. And then I forgot there's enemies in here. And then I was like, oh fuck. And then I don't have any invisibility, but there it is. I used it a little too early, but that's okay. Just jump down here, you won't die. Even though I feel like you probably should. Surprisingly, I am, Commander. Surprisingly, I am. And then, yeah, there's a couple Sentinels out here, and then also Heretics. No biggie. Although, actually, the Heretics are kind of annoying because there's a lot of them. And they all have carbines. One of them has a sword. So you just have to be careful. Kind of be aware of what's going on, that's all. Yeah, there comes the sword guy. 2 of them. I don't remember there being 2 of them. But I got one of them. And then the other unique thing about this level is this is the first Halo level that features a boss battle that you have to do. You don't really get those in Halo, but they introduced that in Halo 2, and there's, what is there, 3 of them total, I think? Because you fight the Heretic Leader, and then as Master Chief you fight the Prophet of Regret, and then at the end of the campaign you fight Tartarus. I mean, not trying to spoil anything, but this game's been out forever. But they're all dead now, I think. Pretty much, yeah. Like, we got another cutscene. It's kind of interesting, this level has a lot of cutscenes. Usually in most of these levels it's like... Usually in most of these levels it's like a cutscene at the beginning and then a cutscene at the end. And then this part, don't even try to fight anyone. Just fucking go to the other side. Just go to the other side as quick as possible. It's just not worth your time. I love how I have a plasma rifle in the cutscene, but like a minute ago I had a carbine. Little continuity error. That's okay. I don't care. So yeah, this part, basically the station's falling apart and you just have to navigate back through the way you came when you were playing through the Arbiter. And then eventually you fight the almighty heretic leader. But yeah, I mean, this part's not too bad. It's just, you just gotta make sure that you don't get, like, cornered or, like, you know, caught. I don't know. It's just, it's not hard. It's just, you can easily get trapped in an area and killed pretty quickly. Because, I mean, it is close quarters, and with the Flood, close quarters isn't always the best. But not really any enemies in there. I'm kind of surprised they didn't put any enemies in there, but... But yeah, I mean, I basically just, every level in this level that I go through, I just kind of take my time, take out the enemies if needed, or run by them. The active camo is going to come in handy a lot in this part of the level. Just as the Arbiter in every level. It's really nice to have that. Because, I mean, it's another method of playing this game, too, you know? And it's something that you don't really get to use as Master Chief or, like, in Halo 1. I mean, yeah, they have active camo power-ups every now and then, but just kind of having it as, like, a temporary use during battle is, like, it's pretty cool. If you like to be stealth, like I kind of do sometimes. Sometimes I forget that I have it, even. But, yeah, we're almost there. We gotta get through that one big room. There's a bunch of heretics and Flood in there, so I don't really know what I'm waiting for here. Oh, I think I was waiting for my invisibility just in case I needed it. I think I just wasted it, but that's okay. No worries. And it comes back relatively quick. I know, like, when you play it on an easier difficulty, it comes back even quicker. Which is kind of crazy. Took him out, just in case. You never know. And then, yeah, there's a shit ton of Flood in here, and then heretics, and they're fighting each other, but if they see you, they kind of focus all their energy and time on you, and it's kind of annoying. Yeah, and the other thing that's kind of shitty about this room is there's nowhere to hide, really. Nowhere that's like a good hiding spot. But I'm able to mostly sneak through this part. A couple of those grunts got in my way, but that's no biggie. And then I'm pretty sure that's it. Next up is the actual boss fight with the heretic leader. Yep. So there's a certain way to do this. And
heretic.
it took me a little while to get through this.
Arbiter, I would rather die by your hand than let the prophets lead me to slaughter. Who has taught you these lies? The Oracle.
Hello, I am 343.
Hello.
Spark. I am the monitor of Installation 04.
Ask the Oracle about Halo. How they would sacrifice us all for nothing.
More questions? Splendid. I would be happy to assist you.
Wow, big move there, heretic. He gets it though, you know.
Arbiter, but I will make them see.
Yeah. The heretic, he gets it a lot earlier than the rest of the Covenant does. God damn. Oh. So basically, on this part, you just have to know which one is the real heretic. And it actually, I kind of fucked up in the beginning here, because I didn't really see where he went. So I'm kind of lost and don't know which one he is. So there's 3 of them total. 2 of them are fake holograms, and the other one is real. The shitty thing is the holograms can kill you just as easily as the real one can. So that's, I don't know how you explain that science-wise, but that's okay. So basically, for this last part, you just have to keep your eye on the heretic and know where he is at all times. Know which one is the real heretic. Because these holograms, they all have dual-wield plasma rifles, so they will kill you in like a split second. And I almost got caught there. I don't know how he didn't see me, actually. But eventually I take my chance, and it actually pays off. But this is not how I recommend playing this part of the level. You need to be aware of which one's the heretic leader. But I got lucky eventually once I make my move. I think after this next invisibility. Yeah, see, that's the real one. If he bleeds, if you hit one of the holograms, it'll just disappear, and then the other ones will come at you and shoot you. So once you hit him, the real one, usually I jump up here so I can figure out exactly which tunnel he's coming out of, and I can see him up there. And he's gonna talk for a little bit. You don't want to shoot him when he's in the tunnel, or else it'll actually sometimes break the level. I don't know why, but like he'll just kind of be stuck in there, and then you can't kill him. And then I actually missed him coming out. I didn't see him come out. So once again, I'm kind of screwed. So I have to kind of figure out which one's the real heretic and which one's a hologram. I think I figured it out in one hit, though, or the first try, I should say. Oh, nope, that was not the real one. So now I hide because I don't want them to find me. But the only good news about that is there's one less that I have to deal with. And the other cool thing is once you hit him, the other holograms disappear. So it's not like you're going to hit them and then the other ones are going to shoot at you. Like, that's not really how it works. So he went back into the tunnel, and he's over there now. So as soon as he comes out, basically you can just shoot him and he'll lose health. And you have to do this, I don't think it's this time, I think it's one more time. But you have to shoot him or hit him with the sword. He'll lose his shield, and then he'll go back in. And even if you shoot him as his shield's down, he won't die, because he has to go through a couple of waves of doing this. Or you have to go through a couple waves of doing this, basically. And he just spawned in the same tunnel. So now I know where he's coming out of. So I'm just going to stay here and do the same exact thing. And then I think this time he dies. Maybe. Probably. It's a real relief getting through this level, because I just have to, you know, if I die during the boss part, it sucks because it's like the end of the level and I did so much to get there. But we got it.
I had no choice, Holy Oracle. This heretic imperiled the great journey.
Oracle, great journey. Why do you meddlers insist on using such inaccurate verbiage?
That is the Oracle.
So it is. Come, we are leaving this system.
Alright, Tartarus. So yeah, that was the Oracle. Oracle was actually about to spit out some pretty important shit that Arbiter needs to know. But anyway, kills 113, deaths 0. So we are 5 missions in and we're going strong. Join me next time. We're going to go back to Master Chief's story on Delta Halo, one of my favorite missions, at least aesthetic-wise. The actual mission itself is kind of a pain, but Delta Halo and Regret, I mean, those 2 levels are beautiful, beautiful levels. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you on the big screen.